Hello and welcome to episode 12 of an Inquisitive Crafter. Eclipse. This is my channel where I talk about my yarny makes and my crafty adventures and my inquisitiveness and my reading love. And my name is Susie. And I'm coming to you from the Dallas area. I'm a middle school orchestra teacher, and that's about my whole life. You may notice that my voice sounds a little different. Maybe it does to you. It certainly does to me. I got, just briefly before we start, I got pretty severe ear infection and ruptured my eardrum. And I can't hear anything out of my left ear, which freaks me out because I'm a musician. I read online that it would take 1 to 2 days for the hole to close. And I assumed that meant I'd heal. Well, the doctor told me it'll be about a month. So I don't know. I have an orchestra contest this Friday. I sing at church. Right now, I do not want to sing because it just feels like somebody has shoved several socks inside my head, and they're pushing to the other side. I went to emergency care and went back. I went on Friday. Today is Monday, April 15th, tax day. And I went on Friday and they diagnosed me with the ear infection and gave me antibiotics, and then they weren't working. So I went back yesterday, I think, and they gave me a steroid shot, which I highly recommend because I do feel a whole lot better. I was getting really congested and awful, but the not hearing is bothering me a lot. And tomorrow night I'm going to hear Stuart Copeland, who was the drummer for The Police, my favorite band. And she's going with my sister, and she said we have really good tickets, and what if I can't hear anything? Like, I can't, sounds come from all different areas now. Like, I think my husband's talking to me in the kitchen and he'll be on the opposite side of the house in the bedroom. It's very bizarre. So anyway, okay. But that's why I sound different. Alrighty, so let me talk about what I finished. So the first thing I finished, it's been a month since I podcast last, just because I keep getting sick. I've never gotten sick. I usually get sick once a year, and I've been sick this whole semester, it feels like. Anyway, I just have been sick, and the house has been a mess. We're still waiting on floors, getting new flooring put in, and I thought it was going to happen like 2 weeks ago, and we still haven't got the floors. The floors come in Thursday, and then they have to sit in our house and acclimate for a week. And then they'll put the flooring in, and we're trying to get everything cleaned up, and our house is just a huge mess. My husband's using a walker right now because he had surgery, and we're just like, how's he going to get around the house with all this stuff everywhere? Anyway, okay. Focus, Susie, focus. All right, so I made my dad a solar eclipse coaster by my notes, Janice, my notes she gave me, by Tamara Adams. I started that April 5th and I finished it April 5th. I live in Texas, and we're in the path of totality for the eclipse, and it was looking really cloudy, like we thought it was going to get rained out or something bad was going to happen. And my dad really wanted to see the eclipse. Like, he's been very excited for over a year about this, and I was just heartbroken that he wasn't going to get to see it. I mean, I was sad I wasn't going to get to see it too, because the next eclipse, is going to be way in the future. But I really wanted him to be able to see it, and so I made him a solar eclipse coaster. And if I decided if it was going to be cloudy, I'm going to take my watch off. If it was going to be cloudy, then I was going to crochet a little cloud to go across it too. But fortunately, the clouds parted just in time, and everybody got to see it. I had to be at work, so I saw it with students, which was not as much fun. I really wished I could have seen it with my family, but it was amazing. And I was really with one student, and he is an incredible kid. So, and I consider him part of my family. So it was pretty good. All right. The second thing I finished, I'm so excited about this, is my DK Vanilla Shorties by Crazy Sock Lady Design. I started this March 14th and I finished April 13th. I was doing this for the Earth Tone Girl. I love books and sock knitting, knit along which runs March 1st to May 1st. So if you're a quick knitter, I am not, obviously, then you can get this done. I should have put these on sock blockers, but we've packed everything up, so I don't know where they are. So here they are. They're just little shorty socks made from yarn color entitled Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is a book that I read for this knit along, and it is about an octopus, and the colors are spot on, although I stated in my previous podcast, I do wish the orange and blue had pulled together a little bit more because I really like the look of this skein. And this super variegated doesn't look as bright and fun. I think the color's getting, oh no, that color's true right there. But it was beautiful. I was happy knitting it up. I'm sadly don't know when I'm going to wear them because it's too hot now. I put them on to try them on to see if they fit. I think I followed the largest size for the DK socks, but I put in my notes, I want to knit 5 more rounds before I start the toe, just to have a little bit more. But I think ease for my humongous feet. But I think also if I block them, like it'll be fine. But these are for me, and they're super nice. This yarn is 100% superwash merino. I've never crocheted with anything like that before. I mean knit, excuse me, or crocheted. I've done nylon in my merino, and this was a new experience, and I'm curious to see how well they last, so if they're gonna be house socks. So I'm very excited to finish that. So those are the 2 things that I have finished. I have been working a little bit on my sock scrap granny stripe blanket by Layla McCullough. I moved it to a bigger bag. This is a bag, Adonis Designs bag of whales. I love whales so much. And I was really happy that it had sperm whale because that's my favorite whale. You can't find things with sperm whales on them too much. And I got this cute little needles and hooks marker, and you clip your clippy on whatever size needle or hook you're using. So this is, here's hooks on the other side, and I'm using an E-hook, so I clipped it on the E-hook. I thought that was cute, and I got my popsicle. This was also from Yarnable, I believe. My rocket pop zipper pull. Okay, so let me show you what I've done. I haven't done a whole lot. I worked on it 2 days, I think, 1 day. My furls hook, love that hook. And last time, I think I put a stitch marker somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so last time I was here, no, yeah, I didn't do very much at all. But these rows take a little bit, and now I'm here. So that's what it's looking like. And I'm very happy with it. I see a lot of pink in it, and now I'm trying to stick more blues and yellows in it. I can't remember what this is. I don't remember what this yarn is, but I think it was from a sock. Oh, you know what? It was maybe an Advent sock? Maybe. I don't know. So very happy with that. I just feel like as the school year comes to a close, is my hook in there? Yes. That I'm running out of time to do anything. I'm running out of time. When the floors get done, I think I'll feel better. And then when school's out, I'll definitely feel better. I had a 4-day weekend this weekend, and I was sick the entire time. Figures. Today's been the best that I've felt. Oh, sorry, my clock is singing. You hear it? Let me pause. Okay, my clock is done singing. Excuse me, and it's 10 o'clock in the evening. I need to hurry up. I had things I wanted to get done today. I wanted to pay my taxes, done. Pay my taxes. I've never had to pay. Ooh, we paid a whopping chunk. I wanted to get my car oil change, and I needed a brake light replaced, and I did that. Yay. I needed to buy yarn for some things my daughter wants me to make, and she needed some fabric to cover up her bosom on her prom dress because she wanted to be more decent, so we got that. What else did I do? I made a dodgy bag for a dodgy bag make-along that Allie of Starry Eyes Allie is hosting. I'll talk about that. I'm jumping all over, getting off track with my notes. Anyway, so I got all this stuff done, but I wanted to podcast today, Monday. So this could go out Wednesday since I've been a month not going out. So I told my husband, please be patient. Fortunately, he likes to stay up late, so that's good. Okay, next thing I worked on is my Contrast Blast socks by Stephen West. This was a make-along last year, and I showed you the finished sock, which again, not on a sock blocker, and I'm doing the opposite colors on the sister sock. And last time I showed you, I think I'd just done a little bit of the cuff maybe, and I've gotten all the way, here's my April gold, St. Patrick's Day gold charm, and then I'm all the way to past the bunny obviously, but my Easter bunny, which is also from Yarnable, I believe. Everything I have is from Yarnable. I really enjoy this pattern. I just put this down to do other things that were due because I wanted to finish those other socks before the end of May, before May 1st, sorry, so I could get that done, and so put this aside. Plus this is more complicated knitting. I have to count and stuff, but I'm enjoying this. It's a good puzzler. I just need to put more effort in it. I'm keeping it in my Splash Pad Party bag. Splash Pad Party is a summer knit along, crochet along, make along, hosted by Boston Jen of Down Cellar Studio, my favorite person. So I can't wait for that. I'm so excited. Let me see. I've been working on a little bit. I really procrastinated. Just the black yarn is what it is. But here's my Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Look at her ears. So I've gotten the body done and the head and put the eyes in, and I've done the little ears. I need to do a little fixing of the ears and her cute little nose. And then I've done a leg and a foot, but I didn't bring that to show you. So I thought this was terrifying enough. Ooh. All right, so that's my emotional support, Ruth Bader Ginsburg by Toby King. And I forgot something. I'll have to bring that. It is for my first favorite student, Stephen. 30 years ago, I taught him, and he's under treatment for cancer, and so he wanted a Ruth Bader Ginsburg instead of an emotional support chicken or something much more pleasant. Okay, and then the last thing I have to go get that I'm very excited about are my Solar Eclipse mitts. This is a pattern called Friends by Danny Sunshine. I love that name, Danny Sunshine. And it is using Shadows Embrace colorway is the colorway name. It's a Madeline Tosh Farm Twist, and I love this yarn. Oh, I can get the other project I was going to show you too. I've only done one thing with Madeline Tosh, and it was, let me look at my pattern. On my project page on Ravelry. I can show you here. Okay, I did this Artfully Simple Infinity Scarf by Tamara Kelly using Madeline Tosh Tosh Mo Light in the colorway Sea Glass. I'm posing with a student, so I'm blocking out her name, so you can kind of see it right there. Oh, and you can see my ring light. And I hate it. Okay, I hate it first of all because I accidentally Mobiused it, but it is not, it's scratchy yarn. It's not, I was really excited to get Madeline Tosh yarn. I got it at DFW Fiberfest, I think, the first one I went to years ago. And I was so excited. It's the perfect color green. I was so excited. I'm trying to see if I have it hanging on my scarf wall. And then I hated working with it. It was so scratchy. And everybody was talking about Madeline Tosh, and I didn't know about like bases of yarn and differences, and I still really don't. But I know that I would never use that yarn again because it is very scratchy. But this Farm Twist, I got this from Juju Knits in Fort Worth. I ordered it. It was very expensive because I ordered it instead of driving over to Fort Worth to get it. I had it delivered. It was super expensive, but to me it was worth it because I'm loving working with it. Okay, so let me go get it. Okay, I'm back I'm glad I had to go find it. I left my knitting bag in the car, so I had to go out to the car, and there was a package on the porch that had been there for hours. Okay, so this is with Shadows Embrace yarn. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. I wish you could feel it. It is so good. And this is how much I have done. Isn't that gorgeous? God, it looks so good. It looks so good. So let me tell you what the setup is that I have. This is, I'm sure other people do it, but I'm gonna call it Fly Ladies. No, not Fly Ladies, sorry. It's the cleaning that I'm not doing. Crazy Sock Ladies, idea of counting with stitch markers. I cannot keep track of things, so I have all these stitch markers to tell me when, like how many rows I've done, how many times I need to do a certain row, which was 7. That's what these are for. Got my little birdie stitch marker. I don't know who gave me that. And then I am using, you're supposed to use waste yarn to catch the thumb stitches before you work on the thumb hole. And I just use one of these things, which I'm super stoked about because I've never used one of these things before. What are these stitch holders? I don't know what they're for. I don't know how people use them. I've never seen them used in real life because I don't hang out with knitters very often. And so I was really proud of myself. And this is for my dad, unless he says, no, Susie, it's too busy for me, then I'm keeping it. But I'm making it for my dad, and I'm very happy. And I think he will love them. I think they will remind him of the eclipse, and it'll keep his hands warm. And gosh, this yarn is so nice and soft. I think I made them too long. Like, they're really long. We live in Texas. It doesn't get too snowy, but he can fold it up if he doesn't like all that extra wrist action. So I got to do the thumb and then weave in my ends and then start the second one. This has been very satisfactory knitting. The only thing is I am doing this with my Knitter's Pride knit picks. One of those, they're wood needles, and I bought some lighter ones that are like the hexagon shaped to help with my thumbs and to show dark yarn, and then I couldn't find them. Well, I found them today, so will I switch? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe though for the second one, if I can find them again. I keep organizing myself, then unorganizing myself. Okay, so that's what I've been working on. Okay, oh, and then today, just a little while ago, I made a dodgy bag. Look at this. Okay, I love this because this is upholstery that was on the first dining chairs that we had in our house when we got married. And my mom bought the chairs for us, and then the kids and we gummed up the chairs. They looked real gross. They had a black fabric. It was just, they were just folded, not really nice silvery folding chairs with a black fabric. So I bought fabric and I reupholstered them, and I was so proud of myself. So I love this fabric because it reminds me of that. And then this green, I bought a buttload of this green yarn because thread. Susie, what's wrong with you? I have this green fabric because I was going to make curtains in our house, and I love this green, and I can't sew curtains, and I just didn't even have, we couldn't get there's some, it's steel around our window frame. I'm looking at our window frame, steel around the window frame, and you can't like screw in, or we couldn't screw in. We're not very handy, my husband and I, the curtain rods, so we just gave up. We have one curtain rod hanging out right there in my bedroom window. That's the only one in the whole house. So anyway, I have a bunch of this fabric, and I'm so excited to use it, and it goes well with this. And I did a zipper. So exciting. It has a lining. I'm participating in a swap, a dodgy bag mouse swap. The swap is over, like you can't get in the swap, but this is hosted by Starry Eyes Allie and Claudia of Crochet Luna. And it runs from April 1st to June 5th. So you still have time to make a dodgy bag. You just sew a bag, and it doesn't have to, like, it can be dodgy. That's what Allie says. You don't have to really have to pattern. I followed Allie's pattern, like her YouTube video on it, and then I also went back and forth with another person to show me how to do the fabric tabs and the box bottom, but I think I could have just followed Allie the whole time because I really screwed something up. But I still love it. I think it's good enough. pretty much to send off to my swap partner in New York, and I'm going to put some goodies in it and send that off next week, and I'm on schedule. That's what I wanted to be, is on schedule. So I'm very proud. Look at me. I said a lot of curse words sewing. I made a huge mess. We had to drag my sewing machine out of the sewing room because it's got boxes all in it because that's not being refloored. So we're shoving stuff in there. It's just a mess. Okay. I feel like I'm going faster and faster, which is good. I am looking forward to the Gnome News is Good News. Gnome Along by Sarah Shira. It will run, the first clue drops April 18th, so that's in a couple of days, and then it ends on the 16th of June is the last day you have to post your finished gnome. I am using gnome yarn that I got. I'm keeping my bag right now. I'm keeping it in my Christmas gnome bag by Adornuts. But I had a cute, and I cleared out a cute clear gnome bag. That was what my sock blanket was in, and it was getting too big for that. So I thought it'd be perfect for this little gnome I'm gonna knit. And I don't know where that bag went. So the colors that I got, I have the tag. Did I get rid of the tag? No. Okay, well, let me see if I bought the Daffodil colorway from Woolens and Nosh, and they did, I think it's Woolens and Nosh. They did a 1 skein that you divide up, I'm putting pictures up here hopefully as I'm talking, into the 3 skeins, the 3 balls that you need. So in the 1 skein, there was the I guess this is the main color, so the main daffodil color, and then the mossy green, or whatever this green is called, spring green. Oh, I'm whiting it with Nubs yarn. And then my cream yarn, I don't remember what this is called. There we go. I'm not winding it in there. And that's in my Yarnable Delicu bag. It's all Yarnable all the time. And that was really cool to have. So I wound that up today, and I'm excited about what the gnome's gonna look like. And I don't have much yellow in my life because I don't like yellow, so I'm excited about that too. I'm storing my needles, my DPNs, in a glasses case because I can't find my DPN holder. I have 2, and I don't know where either of them are. And I've seen them laying around. I've seen one of them laying around, and I cannot find it. So I thought that was funny. Oh, here's my cover. Okay. Yeah, Woolens and Nosh. And this is the Gnome News is Good News Fingering Weight Self-Striping Kit, colorway Daffodil. 90% superwash Targhee, 10% nylon. There's the information. Okay. All right, so I'm excited about that. I think I could do that. Sarah's so good about doing easy, small bits of knitting that you can handle, and she gives rest days, which I always have to use because I'm never ready. Like I never am caught up. And the knitting is easy, and it teaches you different skills in a small way. Like that's how I learned to cable, and I'm not good at cabling, but that's how I learned, was making a gnome. Color work, learn in a gnome. It's just all these things, learn in a gnome, and I think it's incredible. So I think it's just great, 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 great. Very excited. And then the other thing that I'm excited about is Sarah, my daughter, who graduates from high school this year. She asked me if I could make her 2 identical shrugs that are just net, long arms, but like crop, but super crop, like across your chest crop. And she wants a black one and a beige colored one. So to cover different outfits for something she's doing in choir. And she gave me due dates, and they're coming up. So we went and bought the yarn today, and so I'm gonna start those. And I'm gonna use the pattern Oh My Goth by Siny Martino. And so I don't have that yarn here to show you, but it's just black and beige. So I'm using Patton's Grace, I think that's what it's called, for the black, because that's all I could find. I had a gift card for Michael's, and they didn't have they had perfect yarn, but they only had one skein. I needed 3. And then I'm using, I can't remember what the khaki one was, but I mean, sorry, the brown one was, whatever color it was, I can't remember, but Sarah approved it, so she felt it and said it was nice. All right, and then my acquisitions. I won the Knitters Brewing Company. Wendy Gall hosts a March Madness, and you can do men's brackets and women brackets. And so I did both. I did horrible in the men's bracket, busted. I said University of Houston was going to win all of it. It did not. But my women's bracket, I got first place. So she sent me a prize with a cute little Swish card. Look at that, basketball knitting. That's so cute. I gotta frame that somehow. And then my prize was a notepad that I've already opened and used, and now it's somewhere else. So it's already opened and used. But some basketball yarn. This is Pumpkin Chunkin' Ale in this beautiful basketball orange, and then some stitch markers that are a basketball, and then some other ones that she's made, some little loopy ones, all orange, which will be perfect. And I'm so happy, so excited to win. Mark, my husband, he was the one that picked my bracket for me, and I changed a lot in the men's, but I guess I didn't change a lot in the women's because he won his men's bracket, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh. And I got book notification. And but he said I could keep the prize, even though he did all the work. He said he wanted my basketball charm. I said, no, we're not sure. So that was an acquisition. My gnome yarn was an acquisition. And then I got my Yarnable for April. Okay. Let me read you a little poem. Okay, the colorway is called Life is Short, Eat the Donut. And the quote says, if we're not meant to have midnight snacks, why is there a light in the fridge? Which is so true. I got some donut-shaped needle tip toppers from Hypnotic Yarn, which I'm using in some things, so I can't show you. I wonder what I'm using it in. Oh, maybe this. I'm using something in this. Oh, yeah, here they are. They're in my habitation throw, which I haven't worked on since last time. Okay, so they're there. Little donuts. Needle tip toppers to keep your needles from stabbing through your bag, which I think are so cute. It came with a 150-piece puzzle by Micro Puzzles, a Yarnable exclusive of donuts. So I really want to put this together with my husband. It'll probably be a cute date night to do. Maybe. It says it's a 4x6-inch jigsaw puzzle that can be completed in a single 1 to 2 hour sitting. Challenging but not overwhelming. And I have another one of these that I think I got from Yarnable also, and I never put it together, so I need to get my button gear. And then add some color to your world with Studio 82's Wildflower Seed Tablet booklet containing 10 plantable tabs that are 100% biodegradable and embedded with a mixture of wildflower seeds. So I'm excited about this because I want to get my garden going. If I'm ever not sick and it's ever not raining, it's supposed to rain tonight, I think. They're little tabs, like little matches, but they're tabs with wildflower seeds in it. So that is super clever. I would love to have wildflowers all along my back fence, but I have to dig up some dirt. So I think they'll just be in pots. And then the yarn. Don't forget the yarn. So I get the Plush DK, 1 skein, and it comes with I get the mini, the 50 gram mini. So the 50 gram mini is, I can't read it, glazed and amused. Beautiful green. Can you hear my wind chimes going? It's because the storm's going, theoretically. And then here is Life is Short, Eat the Donuts. Is that what it's called? What I just said? Life is Short, Eat the Donut. She's got these cute new labels where she puts the month, the dates on it. But the font is clear or yarn colored for the title, and I can't read that because I'm old. Look at that. It looks like sprinkles. Crazy Sock Lady was talking about taking her yarn from Yarnable, and because she's been knitting up every month her socks. She gets the sock weight, and she's been knitting them into a pair of socks, and she does that every month. But she's a fast knitter and can do that. I can't. I think that stressed me out. But she has a backlog of Yarnable yarn, and she's going to put it into a blanket. And I might do that too. I mean, this would be, I don't know that I want socks in this color because they'll be dirty, but this would make some stripes for a blanket. And I've got a whole bunch of yarn. It'd be all colorful, and I'd be happy that I was using up some yarn because I'm fixing to have to replace my insulation with yarn so I can store it somewhere. We bought all these totes to, pack up all our books and stuff. It was more yarn than books. It's pretty sad. Let's get ready for our floors. Okay. Okay, life stuff. The eclipse. That was fun. Ear infection. That was not fun. And ruptured eardrum. My oldest son had a birthday. He turned 22. And I couldn't go to his family birthday party because I was sick. And my daughter was chosen to be a Lighthouse student in her school, and I was so proud. And the Lighthouse student is someone who is a light for others. A teacher chooses them because they are a light for themselves and for others. And there's a special recognition ceremony and stuff coming up, and we get a little sign in our yard. So she was very happy about that. I'll put that picture in there. And then my middle child got a job. So excited and proud of him. He has been going through a slump of a couple of years. Depression's really kicked his butt, and just one thing after another has happened. And now it's looking up. He got a job, and he's thinking about going back to school. So I'm very excited. So that's my life stuff. And then real quick, my book stuff. I have been reading a lot of what I call slut novel things. So I saw Honest Fiction podcast on YouTube, and she posted a whole bunch on dark fantasy romance or fantasy romance. And so I love fantasy romance. So I took some suggestions from her, and this book is called Entreat Me by Grace Draven. And I just started it, and she said it gets really dark and like a lot of sex at the second half, but so far there's not. So I'm interested to see not the sex part, but like what is dark. Because it's a fairy tale, kind of. But so I started off pretty well. I'm reading The Galveston Diet by Mary Claver Haver. That seems to be making the rounds on social media and book people. And so I got the book. It talks about intermittent fasting, which I think I'm too old for. But I don't know. I just bought it, and I'll see if I like it. So far, I like everything except for the intermittent fasting. Maybe I'm just not a fan of the intermittent fasting. It's the coffee. I need to have my coffee. I could not eat. I need to have my coffee. But the Whole Foods diet that I talked about last time, I like that better because it doesn't have intermittent fasting. And I love those protein smoothies I've been drinking. I've been making protein smoothies for myself and my husband with like spinach and strawberries and bananas and stuff. And I'm really enjoying those. And then I couldn't have those until later. So I don't know. I need to do something. I gotta lose some weight. But okay, I finished a whole bunch of books by Rachel Hannah, 3. I got on a big kick of her. So I finished Sweet Tea, B&B, and The Beach House, and The Book Club on Waverly Lane. And those are all delightful light romances, and they're real cute. Enjoyed those. I've read a whole bunch of these young adult Curvy Girls books that I got suckered into buying like a whole bunch because they were real cheap on Kindle. So I have several, Curvy Girls Can't Date Bad Boys and Curvy Girls Can't Date Best Friends. Those are all by Kelsey Stelting. I don't like those. Those are nice. And then the best book I've read in this period has been The Seed Keeper by Diane Wilson. I heard of this book in the Earthtown Girls Ravelry page for the I Love Sock Knitting and Books. And so I checked it out on Kindle at the library, my Libby app, and it was really good. It's a book about Indigenous people in the Americas and the Dakotas, and it goes back and forth between the early 70s, late 60s, to the early 2000s, like this woman's life going back and forth. And then it goes a little bit back into her family past. And it was really good and sad and good. I was very happy reading it. It was like a deep, well, I got it because it seemed like it was going to be a deep Little House on the Prairie, because I like books about how people lived in those times, especially the food. I'm very fascinated by food prep. And so the farming is right along with that. I don't know. It was a really good book. And it wasn't too sad. A lot of people have been talking about The Women by another Hannah that I don't know her name. But I don't think I want to read that yet. I think that'll make me cry. But this book did not make me, it made me think. And it made me sad, but it didn't make me cry. So I guess it could have. But it was a good book. And I really enjoyed it. And I don't read very many deep books. I'm really fluffy and happy ending. And so I think it's good for me to put on big girl pants and read some other stuff once in a while. Okay, I've talked your ear off, and I'm happy I'm getting a podcast out. My throat is going. So I am going to sign off and let Norbert and Poot the Picket tell their story. I hope you have a great week, great couple of weeks. I hope you get a lot of crafting done, and I hope you always stay inquisitive.